Hello everyone, today we are going to start from a very specific and often overlooked source of discussion about Park Shin-hye, not official press, not interviews, but long-term fan memory, because one of the most persistent debates that resurfaced again in 2025 to 2026 revolves around her performance in Memories of the Alhambra. This drama, originally released in 2018, has re-entered conversations recently due to streaming rediscovery, and the reason is surprisingly consistent. Viewers are re-evaluating whether Park Shin-hye's character was actually underwritten, or whether her acting was unfairly criticized at the time. On multiple forums, including Reddit and Kdrama communities, fans revisiting the drama years later have argued that her character Jung Hee-ju was structurally limited by the script, which focused heavily on Hyun Bin's storyline and the AR game concept, leaving her with fewer opportunities to demonstrate emotional or narrative complexity. What's interesting is that this interpretation contrasts sharply with older reactions, where she was sometimes blamed directly for the lack of impact. Now, years later, the same performance is being reinterpreted through a different lens. This kind of retrospective discussion matters because it shows how audience perception can evolve over time. When the drama first aired, expectations were shaped by hype and comparisons to other projects, but when viewers return to it without that immediate pressure, they often notice different details. Some fans now argue that Park Shin-hye's performance was actually consistent with the character's limitations, and that the issue was not her acting, but the imbalance in the script. There's also a second layer to this discussion, where viewers compare Memories of the Alhambra to her more recent roles like The Judge from Hell, suggesting that the newer projects highlight how much range she actually has, which makes the older criticism feel less justified in hindsight. This is a rare case where an actor's later work actively changes how earlier performances are judged. So when we look at this resurfacing debate, it raises a broader question about how actors are evaluated in the moment versus over time, and whether Park Shin-hye's current career phase is indirectly rewriting parts of her past reputation.